Cass Elliot, known to the world as Mama Cass of the Mamas and the Papas, left an unforgettable mark on the music scene of the 1960s, with her soul-stirring voice and charismatic personality. But her untimely death in 1974 was shrouded in mystery and sensationalized rumors. Join Facts First as we unravel the story of Mama Cass and the enduring love of a daughter for her legendary mother. Cass's death. Ellen Naomi Cohen, known publicly as Mama Cass Elliot, died unexpectedly at 32 years old on July 29, 1974, while staying at a flat in London, England. She had just given a triumphant comeback performance the night before at the prestigious London Palladium Theatre before an adoring audience. Those closest to her, including fellow Mamas and the Papas vocalist Michelle Phillips, say Cass sounded elated when she called afterwards to celebrate. Her successful show appeared to signal a promising revival for the singer who had seen her stardom peak earlier that decade. Yet hours later, Cass was discovered lifeless, having succumbed to what was determined via autopsy to be a fatal heart attack. The suddenness confounded those who knew Cass, given multiple contemporaneous reports that she'd been in overall good health and fine spirits recently. Clues soon emerged, though, regarding danger Cass faced from her long-documented struggles with crash dieting and extreme weight fluctuation. Having endured constant public commentary and shaming over her fuller figure, even as her soaring voice and ebullient stage presence powered hits like Dream a Little Dream of Me, Cass subjected herself to alarming extremes to quickly drop significant weight before high-profile performances. She turned to starvation methods like water-only fasts for upwards of 5 days, followed by brief steak-heavy feasting. While successful in shedding upwards of 80 pounds at a time through this dangerous yo-yo dieting, the drastic bodily impacts ultimately proved lethal. Rapid loss of muscle and fat stores placed exceptional strain on her heart even as she taxed her body further with demanding performance schedules. Mere months before her shocking demise at 32, she had collapsed on stage during a Tonight Show taping. In the aftermath, examiners traced the lineage of Cass's lifelong painful relationship with weight, the muted emotional agony behind her orange juice fasts and crash diets, and how the singer's resorting to those punishing methods essentially sabotaged her physically from within. The infamous ham sandwich rumor. In the immediate aftermath of Cass's sudden demise, a truly bizarre and baseless rumor emerged. Despite being wholly debunked and absolutely lacking factual support or credible sourcing, this piece of fabricated folklore persists in some corners to this day, namely that she fatally choked on a ham sandwich. As implausible as it sounds, a strain of the public conversation surrounding Cass Elliot's unfortunate passing, likely fueled by thoughtless gossip column conjecture, paired with the media's unhealthy fixation on her weight, adopted the stance that a late-night snack of a ham sandwich murdered one of the most legendary voices of the 60s. Cass's daughter, Owen Elliot-Kugell, reported feeling deeply wounded overhearing such callous discussions and seeing her mother reduced to a punchline, cautioning against unladylike eating habits. The ham sandwich myth stripped her family tragedy for fodder for fat-phobic jokes while showcasing society's harshness towards fuller-figured female artists. Despite an autopsy conclusively revealing that Cass died from heart failure tied to crash dieting habits, the ham sandwich rumor persists. Its stubborn survival seems tied to the fact that Cass did attend an after-hours get-together at Mick Jagger's house following her final performance. Some speculate a mention of food at the gathering got conflated with half-baked health crisis hypotheses from underinformed media people. While Cass had issues with food intake, no suggestion exists of her eating a ham sandwich that night or ever choking under any circumstances. It seems to say more about public attitudes towards both gender and body image than anything supported by evidence. And that intentional cruelty irks daughter Owen as deeply today as it first did nearly 50 years ago, when she found herself suddenly without her mama Cass while still forced to combat ludicrous sandwich death notions. To honor her mom, Owen has committed herself to slaying that fiction, regardless of how long it takes. Owen learns the identity of her father. Few mysteries likely haunted Owen during her adolescence more than the conspicuous absence of her father's identity. Her mom had taken the secret of Owen's dad's name with her to the grave. She was only 7 when her mom died. She always assumed her mom would reveal the truth when the time was right. Instead, Owen spent nearly 2 decades piecing together clues until a serendipitous revelation on her 19th birthday finally answered the question that had long consumed her. Cass had intentionally chosen single motherhood, wanting to raise Owen independently. She reveled in labeling Owen her special own, ensuring her daughter never doubted the unconditional love and support she had from her mom. But naturally, the matter of where Owen originated from preyed on her curiosity. The turning point arrived during a dinner with Cass's former bandmates, Michelle Phillips, Denny Doherty, and John Phillips, on Owen's 19th birthday in Los Angeles. When Michelle vocalized what a shame it was that no one knew the identity of Owen's biological dad, the other 2 men exchanged conspicuous glances. The trio revealed that Owen's father was a musician named Chuck Day, who briefly performed bass with their band right around when Owen would have been conceived in 1966. Michelle shrewdly placed an ad addressed to Chuck Day, asking him to claim unpaid royalties, intending to lure him out of obscurity after nearly 20 years. Once he made contact in response to potential payouts, Michelle urged him towards an emotional reunion with the daughter he never knew. Their first meeting proved understandably awkward, yet intensely moving for both parties. Chuck voiced disbelief over having created such a wonderfully mature young woman, while conveying his tremendous regret at missing the chance to raise her, while crediting what an amazing job Cass had done. Owen remembers her mom. While pop culture remembers Mama Cass Elliot as the legendary lead vocalist for the Mamas and the Papas, her daughter Owen sees things differently. First and foremost, Owen carries memories of the playful, affectionate, and devoted mother who nurtured her formative years before her death. Even all these years later, Owen still cherishes vivid mental keepsakes, showcasing Cass's radiant soul. Above all, she emphasizes Cass consciously chose single motherhood, wishing for someone of her very own to pour boundless love and support into, rather than chasing the era's conventional family structures. Owen fondly recalls cuddling with her mom on weekend mornings while watching football, the two bursting into crushes on various players and laughing hysterically over those heartthrobs' cute tushes. During lonely stretches apart, Cass phoned daily to sing Owen to sleep at bedtime. When reunited, Cass consciously avoided overindulging Owen materially, wanting her daughter to appreciate modest blessings. Owen's upcoming memoir. After over a decade archiving memories and perspectives, Owen Elliot-Kugell officially announced forthcoming plans in 2023 to publish her exhaustive labor of love and loss titled My Mama, Cass. Slated to hit shelves in 2024, coinciding with 50 years since Mama Cass passed away, her memoir serves multiple purposes. It allows her to flesh out a fuller 360-degree portrait of the complex woman who gave her life. It also lets Owen cement her mom's legacy as an icon who smashed stereotypes. Now it's time to hear from you. Were you aware of the false rumors surrounding Cass Elliot's death? Will you read her daughter's new memoir? Let us know in the comments section below.